Hello everyone, you're on to Healthy Options with Maureen. Today we have some chicken and vegetable stir fry, very healthy, very nice for you, filled with fiber. Come with me as we make this. I know for sure you will like this. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and please do share as well. Thank you. So for our stir fry chicken, we'll be starting with the preparation of the chicken first. And right here we have some free range chicken. These are actually chicken strips from the breast. You can use the thighs as well if you have that. It's been trimmed of fat. Here we have some garlic salt, garlic, a little bit of cornstarch, ginger powder, and some white pepper. So we'll be adding all this into our chicken, then we'll give it a good coating. Then we'll continue with prepping the other ingredients. I'm going to give this a really good stir to make sure everything is well coated. So for our stir fry sauce, we'll be needing a number of things. We'll be needing some sesame oil. We'll be needing jaggery. This is completely optional. This is actually jaggery powder. You can get it in Indian stores. I'm using some coconut aminos. You can use soy sauce if you can get the low sodium one, but this is a way healthier option, so I'm using coconut aminos here. I'm using ketchup. This actually helps to bring that a bit of tartness that you get. So this is actually optional. And of course we need some stock. You can use vegetable stock or meat stock, whichever you find. We need some cornstarch and a little bit of garlic. Right here in this bowl, we'll be mixing this all up. I have a little bit of water in the bowl, as you can see. I'll start by adding my cornstarch into the water to mix this up, to make a slurry with my cornstarch before I proceed with adding the other ingredients. The cornstarch goes in. I have about 2 tablespoons of cold water in this bowl, and that is where I added my cornstarch, just to make the slurry. Then we can add all our ingredients in no particular order. Coconut aminos going on my ketchup. This provides a bit of acidity to the sauce. The meat or vegetable stock goes in. The sesame oil goes in. I'm going to be adding on the jaggery powder, so I'm just going to add that on. Then the garlic, of course, goes in. I'm going to give this a good mix. This is our stir fry sauce. So I'll just be pouring my stir fry sauce into this bowl. And then we'll go ahead with prepping the other ingredients. And so for the vegetables we'll be needing for the chicken stir fry, we'll be needing some cauliflower. You can actually mix this up with whatsoever you prefer. Other people prefer broccoli. Cauliflower tends to be one of my favorite vegetables, so I'm using cauliflower in this recipe. We are using some red bell peppers, carrots, onions. As you can see, I cut them into chunks and I try to separate them this way, just using my fingers to separate them so that they are in a single layer. Green bell peppers, some spring onions, garlic, ginger, and some canola oil. So these are the vegetables we need for our chicken and vegetable stir fry. So right now we'll proceed with cooking our chicken, and I've been heating up my pan for some time. Now we'll just be adding about half of the stipulated amount of the vegetable oil we'll be using. That's the canola oil. I'll swirl this around. Now let this heat up a bit before I start adding on the chicken. So I'm going to place this in a single layer. So I just put about half of this chicken in a single layer in the pan in which we are cooking with. And now I'm going to start flipping to see if it has colored at the base. So that's what we are looking to have, just a slight golden brown color. So I'll let this hang on for about 3 minutes, then we'll get this off the pan and I will proceed with the next batch. So that's the color you're looking to have on your chickens by the time they are done. So I'll be lifting this set off the pan. Then we'll be proceeding with the other batch. So the second batch of our chickens are ready. So I'll be lifting this off the pan as well. So I let this rest for a while. I like to cook my chicken in long strips, then cut down after it has rested because it's actually easier for me that way. But it's important you let it rest a bit before you cut it so that the juices stay within and you don't have dry chicken. I'm just cutting this into bite-sized pieces. So depending on what works for you, you can decide to cut it before cooking, or you can decide to cook, let it rest for a bit before you cut it. So now that we are done with the prepping of our chicken, we'll proceed with making our vegetable and chicken stir fry. And the first thing that goes in will be the oil in the same pan in which we cooked our chickens. Then the cauliflower goes in. I'm just going to cook it for a few seconds before I add on the other vegetables. So the onions goes in, bell peppers go in, the red bell pepper, carrots go in, and then the green peppers go in. I'm just going to give this a stir. Remember we are cooking under high heat. This is going to cook for about 2 or 3 minutes before we add on the chicken. So this is the stage you want your vegetables to be. A bit slightly colored but still white sweet. Right now I'll be adding on a little bit of garlic and ginger. It goes in. Give that a sniff down and then I'll stir. The chicken goes in at this stage. I'm going to give this a quick stir. And then last but not the least, our stir fry sauce goes in at this stage. You can also add a bit of chili flakes just after you've added on your stir fry sauce. So this is completely optional though. So we'll give this a stir. I'll let this cook for just 2 minutes then, and I'll be adding the spring onions at this stage, and we'll give this a stir so that it mixes in. The spring onions actually goes in at the last stage of cooking. Once we give it a stir, you can now turn off your heat. So I'll be turning off my heat at this stage, and at this point we'll be serving our chicken and vegetable stir fry. So that's how I like to serve my chicken and vegetable stir fry. I like to serve it with some basmati rice. I actually sprinkled on a little bit of sesame seeds on it. This tastes really good. I hope you give this recipe a go and let us know what your take is on this. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and please do subscribe as well. Thank you.